just space, calling us to fly away. Don't you be afraid, everything will change. You and I, jumping off the edge. They say dreamers never die, so come and fly, come and fly, come and fly away with me. We're rising, we're falling, we're making moves. We're climbing, we're soaring, 1,000 views. We're rising, we're falling, we're making moves. We're climbing, we're soaring, 1,000 views. Come and fly away, come and fly away, come and fly away with me.
Hey folks, how is everybody tonight? Well, I almost set my bed on fire just then, guys. Can everybody hear me? Because I couldn't hear my intro and I was messing with it and knocked the fire out of my cigarette. Can you put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me? Hello. Okay, good. So let's start saying hello, Country Christian, Victoria. Good to see you, Robin. Zero, Dana K, Plant Diva, Oreo, Debbie Ryan, Robin Odom. Boy, everybody's in here. Trent Young, Bet Smith, hello. Desire, Half Breed. Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing? Hello. Trina Young, hello. Oh, no, buffering. Oh, just you. You're buffering. Okay, so I'm coming through loud and clear, right? I'm glad to hear that people are doing good. I'm glad you guys are here. I'm glad to actually be live again. Hello, Kit Kat, Judy Travis, Shauna Martz. I believe is how you say that. I'm going to give it a few minutes, guys, and let everybody get in here. Well, I hope it stays that way. I know we had some horrible troubles during the game last Wednesday night on John's channel. That's okay, Country Christian. I can't spell worth a flip either. Hello, Kathy. Hello, just stopping in between people and phone calls. I've missed you all. Well, we have missed you. I've missed all you guys. Gina Rosenbaum. Hey, Nana, how are you feeling tonight? Do you think this is ever going to end and they will ever find Summerwells alive and safe and sound? Justice for Summer. Honey, I don't know if they're ever going to find her or not. I know that I talked with a friend of mine tonight, and I do believe I'm going to call Miss Leslie Earhart tomorrow, and I'm going to just spell out the theory that I have about Clyda Trent and see if we can find out if they have even checked Clyda Trent. Hey, I've just been having problems with my internet, and because now I had the payment for my internet service in the bank, and the internet company never took it, and so I don't know what's going on. So we're working on my hotspot again, or working off of my hotspot on my phone, guys. So like I said in the title, guys, Donwells, where's Waldo? And where's our moral compass? Now, first we're going to tackle Donwells. I have not seen, and granted, I've took the last couple of days off because I've not felt well myself either, but I have not seen anybody. Yes, we know that he took off of VineLink. but he was also off of Vine Link not last week, but the week before that too. And then they put him back on there, and now he's back off again. But has anybody seen him in person since he supposedly got out of jail yesterday? You would have thought somebody would have been up there and videotaped him at some point, somewhere, to verify this man. I mean, what was it? JLR called and they transferred him over to somebody else. I don't think he ever did get an answer. Smiley called the jail to find out if Dawn was released. They transferred her 2 or 3 times, I believe. But all we have to go on is the fact that he's no longer on VineLink and that he was supposed to have gotten out of jail yesterday. Other than that, do we know he ever made it out of jail? I mean, we have Matt Gilbert saying that through his connection, Don showed his butt the 29th and busted some stuff up in the cell. And, we don't know whatever came of that. Hang on a second. Let me go back up here. Yeah, I want to call tomorrow and see if Leslie will talk to me and tell me if they have ever checked Clyda. Yeah, everything has been a shitstorm lately. I mean, that goes along with the second half of my title. Where's our moral compass at? True crime genre on YouTube was supposed to be, or my understanding, and I could be wrong, was supposed to be to help children, help find them, help keep them from being hurt, to do all these wonderful things. And what has it become? It's become a public forum for content creators to throw out all their personal business and hatred towards each other. What has happened to the kids? Where did they go? Why are they not still important? Somebody said Don and Candace had a fire burning last night. I think they were destroying evidence. First of all, I don't know if there would have still been any evidence still up there. But two, that was JLR that said that. And it was somebody from the area that let him know that there was a fire burning up there, but nobody knew who it was. I mean, we all know that Candace or somebody, I've heard that Don the Third is supposed to be up there too. But it could have been any one of them burning a fire. Haven't had trick-or-treaters come to my door in 2 to 3 years, so this year I decided not to buy candy. Wouldn't you know, they decided to come this year. Yep. Do you know, Dana Kay, I have never given out candy in my life. And when all my kids turned 13, I stopped going trick-or-treating. I got conned into it a couple of times with my grandkids, but I have never given out candy. I do not like trick-or-treating. I like decorating for Halloween, and that's about it. And watching scary movies. I like sitting at home watching scary movies. And I haven't even watched the first scary movie today. Zero says, Dana Kay, did you end up passing out quarters or dollar bills? That sucks. Hello, Miss Discovering. I'm glad to see you in here. You also need to ask Leslie if TBI and the FBI is going to investigate Ronnie Lawson to get him fired because his own son is a pedophile, which makes this conflict of interest for him to be sheriff. And you caused me to say that word. Don't type, just put the initials in there, guys, because if you put it in there, I'm going to read it. We're not allowed to read those words. I won't watch scary movies alone either. No way. It is, Kathy, it is petrifying the way the world is. Your husband won't let you answer the door. Sorry about that, guys. I would like to know if Sullivan County did a search in their county, which would be 6/10 out of the 2-mile radius of Hawkins County search area. I don't know. Did y'all hear that they they ID'd the body that was found last week. Not the one that I've reported on, but the one that was found over by the South Holston River. Oh, and for the people who might be wondering, I did call Leslie Earhart, and she did say that yes, they did. They were called to a scene, and this was what, Thursday, Friday, whenever I did that. And she said it was the previous week that they were called to the scene, and that, but it was deer bones. She didn't go into any other details about it. And I didn't think to bring up the fact that they found clothes, but I had evidently a hello, Miss Christola, New Orleans lady, Burlington Park. Hello, guys, Melissa. Um, I had evidently another channel uh, tell me I needed to get my facts straight and check my morality before I start putting stuff out. But I do believe in that video I stated where I received that information, where I got the information. And if anybody asked me after that, I told them directly and gave them the name. I even gave Leslie Earhart the channel name, the dude that hosts the channel, and everything that he said. Tonight you watched Snow White and the Seven Huntsmen. Hey, Kay Sloan. I'm so happy to see all you guys in here. But can I ask y'all what y'all think of the craziness that's going on down there with the Quentin Simon case? Is that more of a soap opera that's going on down there now instead of the hunt for that baby? And that's the part I'm talking about, the moral compass. This is not a platform for people to get on here and cuss each other and call names and talk about your personal lives and other YouTubers' personal lives. It's not, we're not here to hear about your crap. We're here to help the kids. It's all messed up down there. They all need to go home and wash their mouths out. I agree. Foolishness. Let police handle that. Going real life is wrong. It's really not. It's not accomplishing a darn thing. They're working so hard. I've heard one of them holler how hard they're working. Oh, they're working so hard. Working on what? Flattening their ass? Because that's all they're doing is sitting down there on their dang butts all day long, running their mouths. I've not been watching it either. I'm catching a little bit of it here and there. When I hear something, they put something out there that makes you think something important has happened, and come to find out it's just another bunch of them fighting again. They need to bring in a new agency with fresh eyes. I know it's not going to happen. Shame on you, Hawkins County. I agree, honey. I look in to see if they found Quentin mostly. Me too. I keep thinking how rude it is for their neighbors. Yes, absolutely. Well, Gail, I hope you have a good night too, sweetheart. I thought it was very informative about the deer bones. Much appreciated. Well, you're welcome. And the strange thing about it is nobody can seem to find out. Now, I did have that search. Somebody searched that up for me. They cannot find from May of that year of 2001 to in June, late June. Nobody, we can't find anybody missing in that area that's not been accounted for. That would be in that age range and a female. But you're telling me that this gentleman, and yes, I know how everybody feels about this guy, but you're telling me this gentleman finds out, they do the research, they get the whatever it is from space, the pictures. They go when they find these bones, they have an anthropologist come out there. Now, they didn't lie about TBI showing up, so why would they lie about the anthropologist or anything else for that matter? The anthropologist and somebody else says, yes, in their opinion, it was a female of the age of 22, approximately. Now, Leslie confirms that yes, they did show up out there. Yes, there was bones out there, and that it was found that week. Why would this dude make any of the rest of it up? But yet nobody can find any traces. What I think we need to do is go back a few more years and see if there's how many females are missing. Of course, Cam and Allie did that the other day, didn't they? And they can't. There's only 2 females that are unaccounted for that are missing in Hawkins County. So is she not from Hawkins County? And I can't understand why TBI wouldn't even admit to it. Shame on every person in Hawkins County who suspects abuse and turned a blind eye, who cooperates in the corruption. They have no shame. They aren't capable. I agree. I'm so tired of the drama, misinformation, and blatant lies in missing children's cases. Well, I try not to put anything that's not the truth out there. If it is unfounded or something that I prefer that I would check into myself and can't just trust the person putting it out there, I'll say so. Has anybody seen the obituary for Leslie? Because just like everybody else dying in this case, I can't find it. It's crazy. You're kidding. I don't think Jinx. I don't think it's Rose. I really don't. Because, honey, as far as to the best of my knowledge, she was never in Tennessee. I mean, that's not to say that somebody didn't transport the person when they went missing, but I don't believe it's her. Summer Short Life has become a dramatic soap opera. Where in the hell is Summer? I agree. The female found could have not been reported, right? Well, now, I forget who it was. It was somebody on here. I believe maybe Spirit Hunter. And if I'm wrong, I apologize. Was telling me about a girl when Candace and Don first moved up on the hill. When, back when the oldest son was a baby. That Don was evidently at work, and Candace went over to one of her neighbor's houses that was a registered, a SRO, and was drinking with him. And his daughter was there. She's evidently older, 18 or older. And she evidently didn't like Candace. They got into an argument. Candace wouldn't leave, so the girl left. Never to be seen again. And evidently that was a big story right around 13 years ago in Hawkins County. Nana. Hello, Nana, Donna, and chat. Here as a summer supporter from way out in the Philippines. Well, we're so glad to have you here, honey. We're always glad to have newcomers and oldcomers and just one big happy family here. I couldn't find any information on American Recovery Project. Do they even exist? Yes, I did have a viewer who found them. I forget who it was. They did find them. And I thought about putting that on the community tab, but for whatever reason, I forgot to get it put out there. Yes, they do have a site. Their company is only about 2 months old. They don't have very many posts on it, but they do have people that they have found already, and they are right now in the process of looking for Dylan Rounds, if that helps anybody. I also found nothing on American. Well, they're new, evidently a new company. I mean, I had never heard of them either, guys, until that Chad guy. What's his name? Chad Nesbitt. He's with Skyline News. Yeah, he's the one that came in, a month and a half after Summer went missing and talked to that one dude and promised him the reward money if he would just give him the information and blah, blah, blah. That's the guy. But this time, he's obviously telling some part of the truth, or else Leslie wouldn't have admitted to it. Where is it about all these people want to hang out with RSOs? That's just sick. It is. How old was the girl that went missing? I'm not sure. I'm assuming, though, she was, probably late teens. And I don't have her name. I don't have the guy's name, her dad. I don't have his name. But it's some person up there around that area that Candace was drinking with right after she started living up there. And then that girl disappeared and never to be seen again. Evidently, like I said, it was a big to-do in Hawkins County when it happened. I read an article about a missing 22-year-old found in the wooded area in a field. It said in Tennessee on August 6th, identified as Maya Fuller. Huh. But it didn't say where in Tennessee. They are all comfortable with RSOs. Skyline is bullshit. He wouldn't report on #resign Ronnie Lawson. I know people believe that he is, but I'm telling y'all, Leslie Earhart confirmed what he said about when the bones were found, and that they were found in Hawkins County, and that it was a group that had called TBI out there. Yes, all that is true. So why would he be lying about anything else? Breonna Trent, is that her name? Is that the girl that went missing? Evidently it was back when it happened. I found a strange article titled Hawkins County has 7 unsolved suspicious deaths, missing person cases dating back 36 years. Yeah, but there's only 2 females in it. One's 33 and one's 37, I think, or 38. Leslie is from Sullivan County. I don't trust her either, is at this point. Well, I'm not saying I trust her, honey, but at least, she did talk to me, and she was very sweet, and she wasn't trying to rush me off the phone. Although it took them 2 hours for her to call me back. I think they might have been running my name or something. I mean, it's a little bit weird, but I ain't done nothing, so I ain't got nothing to worry about. No, the one that was found, the bones. Oh, you're talking about the one that was found over in South Holston River? Yeah, Carly Trent was found alive. Marie, yes, the one that I'm talking about that Candace was drinking with the dad. Yes, that girl was alive. Her and Candace got into an argument. Candace wouldn't leave, so the girl left, and that was the last she was ever seen. I don't know if Breonna Trent's kin to Carly Trent or not. Honey, my biggest question is that the thing they did at the beginning of 2021, where they found those 150 kids that were missing from the state of Tennessee, and they found them spread out all across the United States. It wasn't like they were just contained here in Tennessee. They were all over the United States, and they found them in 2 months, 150 kids all over the United States, but can't find one little 5-year-old girl. Yes, Carly Trent. Brianna is another girl, all tied in some way to Summer. Are you talking about Brianna Tester? The one that stole that baby? Oh, you missed my comment. Fuller was found on Trummel Lane in southwest Wilson County. Oh, okay. Thank you, Discovering. Yes, honey, I do miss some of them. And the guy that was arrested don't understand the charges. Well, yeah, he didn't understand. Well, I think he understood them, but he didn't agree with them. But if you're talking about the Carly Trent case, he passed away in this past April in prison. Hello, Robin. I see somebody saying hello to you. German Shepherd Mom. Donna, are you talking about the girl that they found deceased on the side of the road that took that baby? She wasn't found deceased on the side of the road, honey. She was unalived in an apartment in Johnson City. And yes, they caught the guy that did it to her. But yes, that's the girl that took the baby. Yes. Carly Trent's case, I honestly believe that her case is totally 100% connected to this case. Oh yes, there's a lot of missing. The one over at the South Holston River, guys, just the other day, guess what county or guess what town that's from? Bristol. Go in and try looking up how many people have been found, remains have been found in Bristol just in the last year. Just 1 year. That's the dumping ground. It's got to be. I heard they found her in a motel room. No, it wasn't a motel room, it was an apartment building. Wonder how many red rooms are covered by. Yeah, I agree. You're not late, Nana of two boys. YouTube is all different looking. Why is it all different looking? I don't think she is. That happened, what, a week before or a week after Summer went missing, that she was arrested for that. And on her Facebook page, she herself explained why she took that baby. And it was because the mom was high on something. Oh, it changed looks the other day. Mine hasn't changed. I wonder what's going on. Maybe it's because I have a mine set to personal specifications or something. I don't know. The likes in the comment sections are all different. Maybe the phone update. Robin says it has changed. I don't know. I know you can, used to, you couldn't split a video up or a live chat up, live stream, whatever you want to call it. You had to actually download it onto your computer and then re-upload whatever you wanted. But when I opened it up just a little while ago, StreamYard, now you can split your videos up in 2 or 3 different places before you don't have to download them. Hmm. I don't know, guys. Has everybody hit the like button for me, please? Maybe not. See, Dana Kay says hers isn't different. Mine's not different either. So, has anybody heard anything about Don Wells? Has anybody seen him? Maybe I missed somebody's video or live chat or something where they've actually laid eyes on him. Right. Yeah. In the young children cases, it is usually the family or friends, not normally strangers. Maria, I try, honey. I try to keep her name and face out there and her story. You hit the like and now it's different. Huh, hang on, let me go to the main channel and see. Huh. Mine's not any different. I don't know. I figured he would have been on somebody's channel last night too. And I know Don B. I don't know how many of you watched, excuse me, watched Don B. But he says he's gone somewhere. He's away from here. And then he's supposedly helping with the Quentin case. But I'm wondering if he didn't go up there to talk to Don. There is a reason Hawkins County would not allow EquiSearch on the property around the home. I still say there's something that ain't supposed to be going on up there behind the Wells property. Nope, ain't heard or seen anything from Don Wells. Hello, Shalima. I like when I first came in and nothing changed. I followed these cases since 2015. This time I don't have just one theory I stuck to. This time I don't have one theory I just stuck to. Don is smart to stay out of sight. Well, I agree, but how long do you really think that's going to last if he was even released from jail? That's one of my point is I don't even know if he was released after what Matt Gilbert said about him tearing up the jail and stuff. I'm sure they don't take too kindly to it. Who talked to Don? Don B? Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Because, I mean, he says he was going to help with the Quentin case, but then he's not put a video out all day today, and he's been saying he was going to do something special, and I'm just wondering if he didn't go to Hawkins County and get an interview with Don. One news story about Dawn being released mentioned Summer but didn't post her photo. The fonts have changed also by the name of the channel. You have the choice to join, subscribe, and ring the bell. Huh. Well, I don't know, but AB or A Balance, whichever you want to call him. I know him by AB because that's what his channel was. Put out that questionnaire that said, who do you dislike the most in the Summerwells case? And it gave, Candace and Dawn and Grandus and Jody Sue and others. And you know what my answer was? My answer was, how can anybody forget what Don Wells has done? Even before Summer. By his own admission, he started when he was 12 years old, harming children, violating children. And he hasn't stopped. He's not only has he diddled them, he's sold them. He's, laid hands on them. How can anybody forget what he has done? How can anybody be worse than somebody that would harm a child over and over and over again, year after year after year, including their own children? Need I remind everybody that Don Wells himself, and I've still got the recording, states that he put all four of his children in a small, very small shower stall with him. That's just wrong right there. No, I could not find a law in the United States at all that says it's wrong. But morally, it is wrong. Yeah, the Vine says that he was released. Didn't the Vine a week ago say that didn't report on him? It said he wasn't in there, and then it popped back up and said he was, and now it's off again. So that and the fact that he was supposed to be released yesterday is the only thing that we have that says he was released. Nobody's laid any eyes on him nowhere. I know I have a couple of friends who aren't supporters of AB, but I like him. Remember when he told that story about driving and he saw a little girl about 5 in the road? He stopped, walked her back to her house, and someone from the house came out yelling at him. Yes, I remember that. Now, how many people do you randomly know that's going to stop on a road and grab a hold of a little kid that age and escort them back to their door? I'm sorry, this is just wrong. If you're worried about it, you tell the child to go back into its house, and then you go up and you knock on the door and you speak with an adult. He seems to have. I mean, I don't watch. I do not have many people that I watch on a regular basis, guys. Not at all. But if I'm looking for something specific and they have something on there on their title, I'll check it out and see if what's said is true. Mostly it gets on my nerves just because if you've got two content creators that is reporting on one thing, then there's 50 of them out there reporting on the same dang thing. And it just drives me nuts. Do they not realize that everybody goes amongst all the different things and that somebody, I'm sure, has watched a video of the latest update? If you see 5 people out there have already reported on something, go find a different something to report on, or at least go a different direction. Go, take it in a different direction. Don't sit there and repeat the same exact thing over and over again. I get tired of hearing it, and it makes me not even want to watch. Hello, Selena. Guys, for all the people that I've missed and haven't said hello to specifically, I apologize. Hello. I've just been talking or reading and haven't seen your name. Diana Sayers, hello. He was released with an ankle bracelet. Don was? Or are you talking about Brandon? Okay, it says the Vine link glitched last week, and different counties do that sometimes. I don't know if it's updating or whatever. It may be. I don't think there was ever a court date, guys. I kept trying to tell y'all. I don't think they ever went to court because I don't think that. Boo! I'm scared, Tennessee Blonde. Um, I really believe that was just because there was another YouTuber back in June or July, I believe it was, had showed the paperwork where they went to court in October of last year and said that more than likely that's when they would be going to court this year. And it all got blown out of proportion and everybody just ran with it. I don't think there was a court date. Hello, Wicked. It does say that he is out. I would just like to see if anybody's seen him. Is he going to become a hermit? You can't trust anyone. Look at him saying he was getting charged and extradited to Utah after his 7 months. Everyone around this family and this case lie, even people that don't even know them. That's true. Oh, really? Miss Delta Lady says Vine Link says he is bonded out, not released. Can we find some more information on that? Oh, well, hello, baby girl. I'm glad you caught alive too. I've not been going live. I've not been live in like 2 weeks now. I hope you guys are all going to be there to support me when I have to. Y'all, has anybody been watching John Davis's games, his trivia nights? Well, yours truly has to go up against Ziggy now. I hope I can count on y'all's support. We haven't found out what night we'll be going to up against each other yet. You were wondering, about where I was at? Donnie is released. Oh, I agree, baby girl. Thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate it. What kind of games? It's a true crime trivia game that John Davis has been doing, and he had 8 content creators go up against each other. First, it was me and True Crime Common Sense, and I won. And then it was supposed to have been Ziggy and Tiffany Marie, but oh no, really? When? But Tiffany Marie got sick, so they had somebody fill in for. Oh, Dazed and Confused filled in, but then Ziggy won. When did Ziggy's boyfriend die? Whoa, 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 whoa! A public apology has been demanded from John about what? I feel bad for Ziggy too, guys. Check the screen. It actually says he is bonded out. Oh, it was fun. It's hard, but it's fun. I know I liked my games too. Maybe I should get back into it. Well, everybody, please say a prayer for Ziggy and everybody that's affected. Does anybody know how he passed? I don't know, bonded out on what charges. That's what I'm waiting to try to find out. Thank you, Robin. Is John Davis ain't in here, is he? I didn't miss him. Hello, you don't know me. Oh, that's a shame. The who, Leslie? Are you just talking about Leslie passing away? Oh, Jody Sue says JDTC has 24 hours to remove a video about her or else. LOL, poor Jody Sue and her bullshit. Yeah, I agree. That's a shame. If anybody talks with Ziggy or knows her, please tell her my thoughts and prayers are with her. And I'll put it in check so we can go support. Oh, yeah. Okay, it says, yes, non. I just checked the text I got from Mobile Patrol says bonded out. I bet it is the sprinkler thing and probably charged him. I can't imagine that he could do destruction in the jail and they wouldn't charge him for destruction of private property or government property. There you go. I agree, Melissa. Why bonded if no other charges? Ronnie, what have you done now? Yeah, it's about 5 people around Summers' case. Yeah, that's passed. I don't know, honey. I hadn't heard anything about it until just now. Leslie was the one who told the story of Candace making the boys lay down on the hot asphalt. Yeah. She's also the one that had custody of Hunter. He got mad. He got mad about something and threw a fit and started destroying jail property like the sprinkler system and stuff that was in his cell. Hey, I saw. Can somebody fill me in on something real quick? Has anybody heard anything about the Kaylee Rodney or Kate? No, back up. Kaylee, Kaylee, Kaylee Jones case. I thought I saw something earlier today. Hey, Christola, you're fine, baby. We know you got little ones to take trick or treating. That is odd behavior, knowing that you're due to be released and you throw a fit like that and know that it's going to cause you to be, kept in jail. I don't know how it's reported that she just stopped breathing. That's all I know about it. You can get phones in jail now, $4 a month. Lord. No, I didn't see PG what she did, but I have seen it. If anybody has a copy of those texts, can you send it to me, email it to me? Because I promised somebody that I would put it up on my community post. They're saying that Don got out, sweetheart, but nobody has seen him. But it says on VineLink that he's out on bond, Christola. He's out on bond. But it's been on my mind about Carly Trent's family. There were a lot of Trents that went to that church. Just the people named surrounding around Summer are all. I agree, honey. Haven't seen anything on Michael or Monkey in a while. No, I haven't either. You haven't missed much, Josie. Who would want to go home to something like Dawn? Come on now. She ain't worse than he is. Dawn was supposed to be in longer, but only done so many months. As good behavior can be bonded out early, nothing to do with any other incidences. That is what I was thinking, the real Rockin' Robin. He might have been afraid he would be picked up. Oh, jeez. Dang it, protect yourself, ladies. Protect your children. They didn't choose to be here. Teach them to shoot. Do no harm. Take no shit. Pretty much. Candace will drive him back to drinking. Honey, that man is nearly 20 years. He is 20 years older than Candace. That man was drinking when Candace was still a twinkle in uh, Ken's eye. Come on. He was already hurting kids by the time Candace was born, too. I wonder if he would be seen around Center Street rather than Ben Hill, because I wonder if that's a halfway house. Yeah, there's somebody for everybody. Till you've tried a bunch of them out and ain't none of them working for you, so you just wind up by yourself. A channel said there were a barrel fire on the hill last night. I'm guessing that is something like what we call a bonfire. Yeah, it's a 50-gallon metal barrel that you burn trash in. Is all it is, paper and whatnot. Hello, Debbie Ryan. Jail is a secure hotel room now. There's people said they didn't mind going to jail because it was a roof over their heads and 3 meals a day. Right? Not if you're in Cott County. Trust me, you don't want to be in jail in Cott County. It's not that much of a privilege. I wonder if he is allowed to look for a job while being on tag. Well, does he got a ankle bracelet on? No, he don't have to do rehab or any of that. They gave in on that. They said he didn't have to do it. Anyone know what an emergency 911 innocent until proven guilty emergency release means? Emergency 911 incident. Oh, 911 innocent, sorry, until proven guilty emergency really release means. No, why? He was a 911 emergency bond out, but I'm not sure what that means. Huh. Yes, German Shepherd Mom, I am in Tennessee. Were you? What were you doing? You were in jail in Cott County last week? Oh, not the jail. Okay. I started to say. Junior said Don was going to the DMV this week. Oh, JLR said that. How does JLR know? I like your name. You must like Florida Georgia Line, huh? Am I the hill? Can we We can how Don fell in the fire and meet Jesus and will tell the truth as he knows it. Oh, wait, the shine said that, not me. It's creeping away and behaving now. I love that. That is so cool. I had never heard something like that. That was cool. I read somewhere the fire was for heat. They don't have heat or AC in the house. No, but they have wood heat evidently, and there's plenty of wood up there. Trust me, people. Um, Country folks know how to gather wood. They've got woods all around them. Then it's their property. They can get wood to put in the heater. They are not burning trash in a burn barrel for heat. I promise you. And if nothing else, you turn the kitchen oven on and you heat the kitchen up. JLR is not a country boy. He don't know how things work like that. You have people in Newport. Be prepared to feel bad when you pew pew to protect yourself. I had someone trying to break in and hit him 3 times through the door. Luckily, only flesh wounds. Oh, wow, Sassy. Are you okay? You're close to the Knoxville area? Hello, Robin. Good to see you, sweetheart. No, that's the whole thing. Nobody's heard from him. Maybe the fire was cleaning up, getting rid of stuff. I'm just trying to think. Sometimes it's hard. Yeah, it's hard for all of us sometimes. Don needs help. Don don't need no help. Don needs to hit his knees and start praying to the good Lord above to forgive him for all the sins that he's committed in his past. I would hope they are keeping track of Don's whereabouts. He may stupidly go off the grid, run from Utah's claim on him. The wells might use burning garbage to heat with. Girl, are you okay? Get some practice. Don't miss. I don't think she missed. They have fireplaces, Dana Kay. Well, I knew they had some kind of wood heat. Trust me, they're not burning trash out in the yard to heat the house. There's plenty of woods up there. You go and you break up dead wood and put in your stove or your fireplace or whatever. Discovering says, yeah, I don't have as much woods as Dawn and Candace, but still plenty around to burn. And that's just fallen trees because I don't cut live ones. There you go. See? That's good. She says she's okay. She lives in Texas. He went to jail, no charges on her. That's good. Hardship license. I was trying to think earlier and tell Tina what they're called. That's what JLR was meaning when he was talking about special license. Don's probably trying to get hardship license. So he can drive back and forth to work. That's what I was screaming about. Another creator talking about Dawn last night. How the hello fuzzy. She knows so much about Dawn. I feel that creator would be with Dawn if Candace was out of the picture. Oh, are you talking about PG? Robin, come on. Everybody knows that. Dawn is always talking about chopping wood. So they must have a wood burning, maybe. They do. That's why they order the wood. Remember when Summer first went missing and he was needing wood donated? Someone in your chat said there's a something interview which proves he did get out. Okay, good. A is it WJHL interview? Oh, I want to see that. I've just been waiting. I just looked for wood all around the neighborhood. It works. Some kind of piece on his release. Okay, well, that's what I was looking for. Thank you, Plant Diva. Is from my understanding, if he was released free and clear, he's done his time. Yes, he can leave the state, and they can't stop him. Now, if he's out on bond, no, he can't leave the state. Well, without his probation officer's say so, or without his bondsman's say so. His dumb ass is going to be set in his sickness. He's not smart enough to reevaluate his life. No sympathy for the devil. That's right. What'd you do bad, Sandy Gant? Country I just found again, PG, is where I found it this time. Go to 13711. Title, Hunter posted, I did something bad. I'm behind on the chat, guys. Wood Fairy, I like your name, Wood Fairy. Dawn didn't need truckloads of wood donated to keep warm in the middle of June. Why did David Dodson advocate for more and more wood? I don't know. It's an interesting thought, though. Well, you do gather wood in the summertime so that it will dry out so it'll burn in the wintertime. So that might be why. I don't know. Yeah, it was at the end of the drive. Yeah. 911. I don't know. Hang on a second. Well, my phone is not by me. Can somebody look that up real quick? Just ask, what does a 911 bond out mean? Okay, Sandy. Sandy. Oddest thing to me, Don and Candace both enjoy spotlight. However, most drugs sneaky cons hide. Now they're hiding. Whole year and a half late. Yeah. Okay, here we go. I just Googled the 911 bond out, and it said that he must have been charged but is at risk. So he may have gotten charged for the outrage with the fire alarm. Makes sense to me. People are crazy if they continue to cash apping Don and Candace money. They have money. 11 acres of land they can borrow from the bank. Yes, they can. Oh, and I don't know if Allie or Cam or either one of them are watching, or if any of you know them, but I saw on Cam's, I rewatched his live stream from the other day, and he makes a statement in there, and I would love to be able to ask him about it, but I don't know how to get a hold of him. He says that he knows for a fact that there's caves up there somewhere, but there's no caves on Donwells property, that he has searched that entire piece of property. I want to know, was he speaking metaphorically or was he speaking exactly? Because I don't see Cam going out there and hiking through 11 acres and hunting through all 11 acres looking for caves. I just don't do it. I don't see it. Wood has to season, so it will burn in the winter, right? I don't believe he was at work either. I don't want to say the channel. Run the title up on YouTube. It will come up. Come up yesterday. Emergency bail. When you need to be bailed out in the middle of the night. Yes, that's not bonded. Usually you just spend another day. Could he have been sick? You live in Dandridge. Well, Rottweiler, guess what? I was born in Dandridge. If you live there, then you know where the Bush Beans factory is. I was born on the mountain right behind Bush Beans factory on Rainwater Hill in a log cabin in the middle of the winter, and there was a snowstorm, and my mom drank 8-ounce glass of moonshine to give birth to me. Hello, Miss Versi. How are you tonight, sweetheart? Yeah, 11 acres is a lot to search. He really did what? Really did search the whole 11 acres? I can't see him searching all the whole 11 acres. It does say sometimes it's for medical reasons, okay? Not always. You don't always bond out at 1201. You can smell it. Bush Beans factory, love it. Well, I was born on that hill right behind it. Cam and Allie went up there more than a handful of times, so they might have been able to search all their property over time. How long would it take you to walk 11 acres, darling? I'm not saying he's lying. I'm just saying maybe he, mistook or misspoke, should I say. Biscuit quit. That is funny, Nana. Moonshine to push you out. Yes, moonshine to push me out. That was it. She was literally making gravy and went into labor. And my dad and my oldest brother, who was 13 at the time, helped delivered me. And my oldest brother, who was 13, is the one that spanked my bottom and made me cry. And then my sister, she stayed in there because she was real little and she was crying. So when she saw me come out and she saw my navel cord, she ran into the other room where the other 4 boys were at and kept hollering, "It's a boy, it's a boy, it's a boy." And my oldest brother came out and said, "No, it's not. It's another dang dishwasher." 11 acres is a lot if you got to walk it. Yeah, pretty dense woods. That's such a sweet story. I don't think it's such a sweet story, but okay. Thank you, though, Rottweiler. Most of their land is cleared off. Cam said not much of it has trees and brush. Well, then evidently I'm looking at the wrong piece of property because the only part of their property that you can see that's cleared off is the part down there where the bottom shed is and the part where the house is, and the rest of it's dense forest. Just like the area where they're trying to say that, not them, but where everybody's trying to say the footprint was found over on those 2 neighbors' properties. If he was being released due to finishing up his time And if he went berserks, he would have had to be bailed out for that. Thanks, guys. I appreciate that. I guess it is a good story. Definitely something that I've got to tell my kids and my grandkids about. Dense woods, there's a lot to be missed, yes. Wild cherry. Oh, it's the way I tell it that makes it good? Okay. You must live close to me. I live 2 minutes from bushes. Well, I guess we all live pretty close together then, don't we? So if the satellite pic that America Recovery Project has shows 4 people. Oh, okay, I get you. I agree. I do not either. Finally, somebody believes what I say about that. If you go under all that brush and bramble that's underneath all those trees, you have to push all that dig out of the way to get to the dirt. Otherwise, you're stepping on branches and pine cones and all kinds of stuff. There's no way a barefooted 5-year-old little 40-pound girl is going to make a heavy enough impression that it's going to break those limbs and stuff and make an impression into the dirt. In order for her foot to even touch the dirt, you would have to push all that stuff out of the way. It's not like we're talking about she was walking across the sandy beach here. She was walking underneath a canopy of trees. Yes. She was walking under a canopy of trees. There's no way she made a footprint, in my opinion. I haven't either, honey. So who do we think the 4 people were that were on the satellite showing getting out of the vehicle, getting out, going into the woods, spending 3 hours and only 3 people coming back? Not real sure, but I'm almost positive Candace was one of them. That's a good theory. Maybe good old boy RL had been giving Dawn alcohol and drugs and stopped, and Dawn went crazy. Hi, BB&E. My husband and I just got home from trick-or-treating with our precious grandbabies. Oh, well, I'm happy for you. Yeah, I've never believed that there was footprints. And I've tried to do a couple of videos to prove it. Maybe it's Smallfoot instead of Bigfoot. Oh, my dog. I wish my dog would make up her mind. Get in here if you're coming. I'm coming out of the corner to participate. I promise I'll be good. All right, you better be. You can't be too good, though, or else it won't be no fun. Guys, I'm glad. I'm so glad to see you all here. I am so glad to have you here. And see, let me ask you something. Just one real quick opinion. Isn't a nice, calm, cool conversation a whole lot better than the drama we've been seeing on YouTube lately? I'm sorry, but that is driving me batty. I don't want to hear about other people's sex lives. I don't want to hear about other people's schemings and their wrongdoings and their name callings and how they plan on setting people up and who's right and who's wrong and who's going to join who and who's kicking who out. And they have you can include me. Before I even became a YouTuber, I got accused of it. So I'm one of those crowd. So calm, so nice. It is. It's really good. I heard that they couldn't zoom in on the four faces going into the woods. With today's technology, I find that hard to believe. Well, it's not that they couldn't. It's because I have found a company, and I am in the process right now of trying to get the data. But I want the video, and it's just different prices that you have to pay for it. You can get the black and white fuzzy that you can see that it might be a human shape. Then you can get one step above that, and then you can get one step above that, and then you can get the video. So I'm trying to get either number 3 or the video, guys. I enjoy this, being ourselves, but within bounds. Exactly. Where'd it go? I don't do soap operas. Summer is the main subject. Exactly. Or Quentin or any other baby. They could read the license plates back in 1985. I'm sure they know whether or not one was small enough to be a child. No, they did say that it was. Summer was not in that. That's the whole thing. Summer, it was for adults or adult sized people that got out of the vehicle, went into the woods, stayed for 3 hours, and 3 came out. And when they took the next day, they went to the same coordinates that they got off that satellite image. And when they went to that coordinates, they found those bones. And yes, it would have been remains and not a body because this happened on June 15th, 2021. So that's well over a year, guys. Year and a half. Somebody said, well, they would have found a body. No, not after a year and a half. And you've been laying out in the. Oh, wow, Versi. Thank you, sweetheart. You are so sweet, Versi. Thank you. That is so awesome. That's flat out manipulation by the company. What, to change the prices for a better view? Summerwells was fast as lightning, weighed next to nothing. If the print was real, it was from a predator tater sacking her and forcing it. Premeditated, or it's fake, not real. I agree. Well, that's just like that video I put out the other day. Versi, thank you so much, sweetheart. Really. You know, that's the most I have ever been given. Thank you so much. That is so generous. Um, but I was saying the other day, there's a creator out there talking, bringing Hunter's name back up, and I'm sure it has more to do with, where he was posting that stuff the other day and stuff. But it doesn't, I mean, it does matter. You understand, it does matter. But the plain and simple fact is, it does not matter whether it can be blamed on him or not. Because in the end, guys, he's not going to take and do something to that child and then pick her little body up and walk off that hill with her and then carry her to wherever. Somebody, an adult who had a vehicle that was on that property, If he did something on accident or on purpose, that adult had to have helped him remove that child's body. So, in the end, like I have said all along, whether it's an accident or on purpose, no matter who did it, grown adult or child, Don and or Candace and both, Grandus, all of them, they became guilty the minute that baby's body was moved. The minute that baby's body disappeared, they became guilty no matter what happened. Had they have done like normal people should have done and picked up the phone and called 911, then maybe they could have said it was an accident. Nona, I'm late, but you heard the arrest regarding the Delphi murders. He lived 5 minutes from the trail where Libby and Abby were walking. He worked at CVS, married with a daughter. Oh, no, I didn't hear that part. I heard the part about him being arrested. His last name is Richard Allen, wasn't it? His name? My understanding was she was very vocal when she did not like something. I am not being ugly when I say that. No, I mean, I understand. All three have to know. And then, see, it kills me, the people going on and on. Oh, Don couldn't have known. He couldn't have known. He wouldn't have done that. He loved her too much. What made Summer so special? He hurt every other child he came in contact with. Why would he have not done something to that child? Or don't anybody think that diddling a child, oh, he loved her so much, he just had to diddle her. Come on. He sold his oldest son for drugs. He harmed and violated two of his stepsisters, and God only knows how many of their friends. He violated all four of those children that were in his home. He says so himself. These are not lies or imaginary things I am making up. What I speak about when it comes to Don Wells is stuff that has come out of Don Wells's mouth himself. He is self-admission to what he has done to these children over the years. Thank you, Melissa, so very much, sweetheart. Thank you. Yes, remember self-care, guys. Don't forget to try to take time for yourself. Was that the girl that was sitting down? Was that his daughter? Melissa, that is so generous. Thank you, sweetheart. Danica, yes, she looks so much like she does. I thought that was one of the girls. He walks just like the video the Libby took. I can't get anyone to babysit. What do you mean, trade kids? He has to be in trafficking. Huh? That didn't make sense, but it's okay. Do they know the type of car? I believe they knew. If you're talking about the satellite pictures, I believe they had a color, but that was it. Exactly. And there is no telling how many kids he has violated over the years. And even if somebody wanted to holler, oh, he was 12 and he was just a kid. Okay, he was a kid. He was a kid until he turned 18 and went to prison. And the night that he got out of prison, he comes straight into that house and goes after that same little girl, but she's 11 years old now. He was 19 years old. That's a grown man. And I didn't need for Don to tell me all that stuff over what time he was out there blathering his mouth. I took one look at him and the way he was hanging on to the oldest boy in that first news conference, and I knew he had messed with that baby. I knew it. You can look at him and tell it. Sorry, that was a joke about babysitting. Oh, okay. Who wants to watch a kid? They are trading kids for drugs. They are getting rid of the kids to someone else. The drug dealer's not going to sit there with them. Exactly. That's something else I've been preaching on all this dang time. People want to say that, oh, they traded them for drug dealers. The kids are the last thing drug dealers want to deal with. We sure that wasn't Jody Sue Brown and her crew going to the woods ventures with no cologne perfume. No, it was in the middle of the day, honey. And they left from Don and Candace's house. Supposedly, this is alleged. But they left from 110 Ben Hill Road. They walked out, got in the car, and drove down the driveway. And went to an undisclosed location, which was supposed to have been out Sunday. That thing was supposed to have come out Sunday. I don't know if it ever did or not. And anyways, they went into the woods, stayed for 3 hours, and 3 people came out. I didn't hear anyone say adults. I did hear they saw how many bodies went into the woods, and 3 people came out. The play on words, bodies and people, made me think 3 that came out carried 1. Huh. Well, that wouldn't have made no sense either, because they went to that very location, to those coordinates, to look and see what was there, and that's when they found the remains. What'd you say, baby girl? I missed it, evidently. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, it could have been a possibility, but no, I'm just telling you what that Chad guy says. Yeah, we'll see her in the resurrection. That's when you know a person is deceased. I'm so sorry, Melissa. I buried 3/4 of my family in 1 year. Trust me, they know. Hello, C Care. I don't know the guy that it all came from, that hired Chad or whatever went on. That guy was supposed to have been on there, had some kind of an emergency, had to leave um, on that day, on the day that he put that video out. They were supposed to have been returning back this past Sunday, and they were going to do another live. That's what I was saying. I've missed it, so or I haven't seen it. If you watch Summer hanging on people, you can see that she's groomed. I've not seen the video of the car with 4 people either. Not heard of it until now. Okay, if you go watch Skyline, look up on Facebook, because I don't think he has YouTube. It's Skyline News. His name is Chad Nesbitt. Nesbitt or ETT1. I don't agree with the way she cusses and preaches all in the same breath either. I will tell you to say your prayers, and I will tell you I'm a God fearing Christian. Cannot say that I don't curse every now and then, but I try not to do it all the time. Thank you, Robin. Right there's the link, guys. Did I miss something, Rottweiler? I'm so sorry, Melissa. I lost my dad and lost my uncle the day before you. Oh, Lord, honey, how? If you don't mind me asking, everybody please say prayers for him. I'm assuming you're a him, right? And I do want to say a special thank you to all my mods and my viewers, my subs, everybody, guys. I do greatly appreciate you all, whether you know it or not, or whether I say it enough or not. Melissa, you did lose a bunch, didn't you, sweetie? Lost my daughter, brother in law, mother in law, sister, mother within a year. I'm a Christian too, but this case brings out my nightmares. Yeah. My sister's on meth and killed. Oh, I'm so sorry, hon. Don is way beyond fixing, and he hasn't showed any grief on the interviews about Summer. It's like he's done this before. We don't know how many others were touched and disappeared, right? I still can't believe that they haven't. Not that I'm pushing for that boy to get anything else done to him, but I still can't believe that nobody has pursued charges against Don the Third over him sleeping with a 16-year-old teenager and him 30 something years old. Or at least check to see if it was real or not. I think a lot of people were victims of these predators and have grown up and still living there, so they know way more than they say, right? Honey, Rock and Robin just put the link for it up on the in chat earlier. It's off Facebook. It's Skyline News. That's what I've been saying. A while back, he was doing a live chat, and somebody asked him about it, about what he thought Don was going to do when he gets out. Not one time did he say anything about Utah. He started talking about Don going and finding something to drink and drugs and stuff. Now, if he honestly thought that Utah was going to prosecute, he would have said he would have been going to Utah. He wouldn't have said going drinking. Meth is a lot worse drug, in my opinion, unfortunately. My dad was supposed to move up here that day from Middle Tennessee. That was the reason he was. Oh, man. I am so sorry, Rottweiler. There, she put it up there again, hon. Julia, she put it up again. You know his channel? Okay. I'm grateful for every day and everything they taught me. My heart feels your pain. Reach out to someone, anyone in here, if you need a friend. Absolutely 100%. We are always here. We're always willing to help and say a prayer too. Uh, oh well. Wasn't nothing important, guys. I was just seeing who was blowing up my phone. Nana, you have so much common sense, which seems to be lacking with our younger generation. I really do worry about them. I worry about them too, honey. You're so welcome, hon. But it's the God's honest truth. If you need something, we're here. I really hope they surveillanced Grandus when she continued going back to Wisconsin. My mom had a kidney transplant and is doing really well, and my grandma passed away, but I couldn't see her before she passed because of the family. That's rotten. Wow. And as far as the surveillance, from my understanding, what happens is it's just probably one of Starlink's satellites that continuously goes around, and then ever so often it passes over that area, and then they do the filming or whatever, and you can get it from that company. She has to be one of the coldest people I've ever seen. It does seem like common sense is going down the drain with people of all ages. Yeah, just take a look on YouTube lately. I think incompetence is a big issue with our younger people, and yet now there is simply no room for human error in some careers, and we see it happen far too often. I don't know about that. I don't know. What I heard was if you buy those brand new, they have Starlink hooked up to them for the first 6 months. It's in the contract, or the lease, or when you were buying it, paying for it, or whatever, and then it's your option to keep paying for it or not. But as we have found out, that car was not new. That car was a white Subaru when it was purchased. And from my understanding, Chris, I can't think of his last name, the one that's Grandus's nephew or whatever, he is the one that painted that car for Don and Candace. But the Nita's World has a copy of the registration papers, and that car was registered as a white Subaru when it was bought in December of 2020. Oh yeah, the world is going to hell in a handbasket since that came about, honey. I agree. If they were legit at all, it would be solved by now. I still think they could track it. It has Bluetooth on it somewhere. They can track it. Nana, I messaged Skyline News to ask when we will get the remainder of that interview. We all should message them just to find it odd this information coming out in emergency came up. Right, and I understand, and I do understand how everybody feels about him, and he's not the most reliable, and blah blah blah. That's why I called TBI myself to ask. But Leslie Earhart confirmed they did call, and they did. Melissa, thank you so much, honey. Thank you. They did call TBI, and TBI did go, and they did find bones at the location that these people are saying. So I mean, there's got to be something to the story. Come on, if TBI could cover it up, they would, don't you think? I mean, it would have been a whole lot easier for them to have said, no, he's just lying. But she's like, no, and she told me last week we found them and blah, 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 and it was deer bones, though. And when I told her who, she asked who it was and stuff, and I told her, and she was supposed to be calling him to have a little chat with him. Sorry, I didn't read this. Thank you all for the kindness, and Nana, God bless. Thank you, Nana, for the place to be at. To all, you are so welcome, honey. 100% welcome. This channel doesn't just belong to me, it belongs to all of us. If it were not for all of you, this channel would not exist. So this channel does technically belong to all of us. And it was made so that we would all have a place to have a say. No matter how silly or how wrong some people might think it is, we have a place to state our opinions, theories, thoughts, and feelings. Anytime. As long as it's done respectful. No, nothing crude, nothing rude, and always respectful. My kids are 35 and up, but when they were young, I could tell them something and they would say everything. Mama, ain't nothing gonna happen. Guess what? What? I agree. Bring in the feds. I think they should bring in the U.S. Marshals. You notice it was when they brought in the U.S. Marshals, the day after they brought in the U.S. Marshals on the Callie Trent case, Callie Trent turned up. Does anybody else find that a little odd? They didn't say where the bones were found, honey. They said an undisclosed location. And Leslie Earhart did not, she did not tell me where. She just said in Hawkins County. So it was in Hawkins County. I'm so thankful to all of you guys, but the ones that have donated, thank you so very much. I've still got to find me a little Tinkerbell bell to ring. One of the little glass crystal bells. Like on it's a Wonderful Life when the angels get their wings and the bell rings. We do need some U.S. Marshals in Summer's case. Absolutely, 100% right now. Plant Diva, thank you so much, honey. Thank you for all you do. Wished I could send. Oh, honey, you're fine. I don't ask you guys for nothing. I don't. I appreciate everything that you do. No matter if it's just watching the videos or watching the ads or the money, it doesn't matter. I appreciate you all very much. The Carly Trent thing disturbs me really bad too, honey, especially knowing that old man died in prison, never seeing daylight after they found Carly Trent, and never knowing if he actually done something. You can't take and process a vehicle through the sheriff's department, process it for it to be investigated in thoughts that somebody harmed a child. Absolutely, Rottweiler. Absolutely. Robin, do you have it by chance handy? My email address? They can't process a vehicle in a case like that and not go through it with a fine-tooth comb. But yet it sat wherever it was parked. It sat for a year. And in April of 2017, somebody just happens to say, oh, well, I think I'll just go check this van out and see if I can find something. And they go look in the van and oops, they missed a piece of paper, a small piece of paper that had several things listed on it. And that person just goes and visits Gary Simpson in jail and asks him about it. And he's like, oh, yeah, those were things I was planning on doing, but I only got a couple of them done. And that's what that man was sentenced to 25 years over. The doctor said that child was never messed with. They found a piece of paper 1 year later in a van that had already been processed, took it to him, and he supposedly said, "Oh, yeah, that's mine. But I only done a couple of things." Not as far as I know, Marie. I don't think she has, honey. Dombey and I talked about it one day, but she's still not old enough for us to look her up. She would only be, what, 15 right now? And there's no way I would approach a 15-year-old asking her stuff like that. There you go, Rottweiler. Nobody knows, hun, because, like I said, the company, evidently, from what we were able to find, whoever it was, I'm forgetting who it was that sent this to me, but it's only to like 2 months old, or the page, the Facebook page is only 2 months old. But they have found other people, and as I said, from what the Facebook thing is saying, they are now currently working on the Dylan Rounds case. Can you use this on my channel? What do you mean? Dotson owns a Subaru and deals in drugs. Also, a Toyota dealership. Drug dealers used red trucks to deal trafficking in drugs. JSB's mom worked for Toyota as a manager until December 2021. Yes, there's an article on the note. Yes, there is. If you will email me tomorrow, country, I will try to get all those clips together for you because I've got them saved. I'll try to get all of them, and I'll email you the links to all of them. I saw a news clip earlier today that had headlines near South Holston River, so it made it to the news. No, that's a different one. That's a different one found in the same week as the other bones. But yeah, that's a different set of bones. Do I got an email? Yeah, I've got an email. It's in my about section, guys. I'm in my about section on my YouTube, and it should be below every video that I put out there. The only thing that has changed and I haven't gotten took off yet is I don't have my post office box any longer. Leave Carly alone, not fair. What do you mean? Honey, that's what I just said. Nobody should mess with her because she's only 15. About the note. Yes, about the note. I've got the links to pretty much all those, and I'll send them to you. You can bet the Texas Rangers and U.S. Marshals would tear Ben Hill up. You dang straight they would. Or I'd hope they would, anyways. Okay, Robin says, Danny, I Googled them and they seem to have a great reputation. They actually found several people missing in Asheville, North Carolina. And that's where they were being trafficked. Yeah, that's right. I remember Chad saying something about that. Robin, were you the one that sent me the information on them? Here's my email again, guys, for everybody that was asking. I do not have their phone number. Well, it wasn't a long time ago. It was last week. About the rescue people that we were just talking about. American Rescue, whatever. No, the Texas Rangers cannot go to any state, honey. That would be like Tennessee state troopers going to another state. They can't do it. That's why if they believe a child or somebody has been took across state lines, then the FBI have to get involved because state police can't go from state to state. Oh, okay. Then I don't remember who it was. I'll have to look and see. I agree 100%. We all need an extra Grady Judd handy, don't we? But he didn't work, or if he did work at the funeral home when she went missing, he didn't work there but a couple of days after that. But I believe he was let go before she went missing. You were told he didn't know how to read or write? No way. Yeah, I definitely have that. And I would remind me, email me tomorrow and remind me to look that up for you and send it to you. Not that I know of, honey. There's nothing else been said about the church. Melissa, you have a wonderful night, sweetheart, and thank you so much for your help. Hi, Charlie. Exactly. I grew up in the woods at that age myself, too, and there ain't no way I'd have been out in the woods without my brothers and sisters. Not at that age. Well, not even now, guys. There ain't no way you can get me to walk out in them woods right now. I agree. We do need to brand them. I sent you information on Skyline News when they did this story on Summer and interviewed that drug addict who said, yeah, I remember that. No, I was talking about recently when that other group came in with him. He could have still gotten into the crematorium. Um, Mary Ann Nolan, the one that comes in here, the friend of mine, her brother owns a funeral home, and we discussed that with him one night or one day about being able to do that. Oh, Texas Rangers was just thrown in there. I had Chuck Norris in mind. Okay. Well, now if we could get Chuck Norris to come down here and, he can take care of things for sure. Dawn's went wherever Candace is. Well, from the best of my knowledge, she's back up on that hill. Well, hello. I'm so good. I'm sorry I just got here. I'm not from your state, but is there something wrong with Sheriff Lawson? He just doesn't seem too interested in working. I don't know. Something's wrong. I don't know if it's intentional or not. I don't know if he was born that way or if it developed over years, but I agree. Something's definitely wrong. Gina, are you leaving us? Good night, Nonna. Have a great Halloween. Thanks for all that you do. Keep up the good work. Love your program. Thank you, sweetheart. We love having you here. I don't know about the lights having access to the crematorium. Y'all's time was no way near the ways life like today's times. It's actually scary. We do understand that, honey. The real Rockin' Robin, I kept notes on the homeless man Nesbitt interviewed. A certain creator had mentioned a connection between him and Ben Hill months ago. He gave off a weird vibe. Okay, well, that guy was the same guy that was supposed to have been coming on. That homeless guy or whoever he was, I thought he was a drug addict or somebody that Don dealt with. Because remember when they done the interview, he said that Don had confessed that he had used Summer as a sacrifice or some crap like that. Anyways, and he was offering that guy the reward, but the guy was wanted by the law. And he was telling him that they would make special arrangements if he would just give him the information. He would make sure that he got that $75,000 reward. Well, stupid Chad is still offering that dude that $75,000 reward. Guess what? That money ain't there no more. How can he still be promising that guy that money? They do need to bring in a cold case team. It is cold. I hate to say it, but it is. You just sent a pretty important email. Do you want me to look at it now? I'll be right back with you guys. Thank you, Rottweiler. I got that. Yeah, that money's long gone. You don't care if I. Okay, guys, are you sure? Okay, guys, I'm going to read something to you. Are y'all? Can you hear me? Everybody can hear me. Um. Wow. Um. Says my wife and I picked up this girl who was walking with about 6 backpacks, obviously in distress. We picked her up and took her to the nearest gas station. We were making sure that she was okay, and she was talking about how she was waiting for someone for. Actually, I think I'll wait and make this into a video. That way I can sort of edit the things out. You, okay. I'll finish reading it. Okay. It says for someone from Rogersville, 3 streets over from Ben Hill Road. Now, that being said, I am not in any shape, form, or fashion claiming this story is fact. I asked about Summerwells when I found out she was from there. She told me a story that she claims everyone knows. Candus and whomever were at the water park. Something happened to Summer there. She said it was an accident and that Dawn came, picked her up, and she was wrapped in a blanket. She was taken up in the woods and buried. She also told us that she left her husband, or was thrown out, I should say, because he had beaten her up. They hung around the Light family. She was very beaten up and obviously coming down off of something that she said was meth. Her husband, she said, was over the Aryan Brotherhood in that area. And I don't know if I should have said that. She told her she told her she was 30 years old and told us his name. I would appreciate if none of this would be mentioned. Da, 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 da. I did call the TBI in this information because of the names she was dropping. I just thought you were the most responsible one I could tell about this. Thank you, and I enjoy your show. God bless you. Thank you so much. Very interesting. Very interesting. Thank you, Robin. Everything we discuss is not fact. We discuss our opinions on this channel. It's speculation in a factual manner. Welcome to all coming in. Take a seat. Please be respectful in chat. Oh, wow. I still believe I'm going to put that in a video tomorrow. That to me sounds like it could be logically accurate. Hello, Lisa Renee. Happy Halloween, sweetheart. The water park or the horse pond, according to Hunter and Candace, they said they were supposed to go to the water park the Friday after Summer disappeared. Right. Summer may have exposed the corruption in Hawkins County. TBI has not mentioned anything about what I told them, but then again, they could be investigating. This was about a month ago. I have been struggling with this because she seems so certain. Hi, it's Sally, my Jack. It sounds feasible, right, Waller? It really sounds feasible. Wow. I asked her if it was the horse pond, and she told me no. So it was the water park. Yeah, I guess I should have threw up a trigger warning, huh? H said something on Facebook. When? Are you talking about the comments that he put out like last week? Okay. All right. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't something new. I asked her what hill. She said she had been moved and everyone knows where. I am assuming everyone in their group. Wow. Okay, sounds like same story as a person who went on Cher's channel And Cher ended it because the caller said something that wasn't adding up. Well, I don't do that. I take everything into consideration. There was a birthday party the weekend before Summer went missing at a water splash pad, is what it looks like to me. Oh, wow. I didn't even catch that. I thought she was talking about, or I thought he was talking about the girl. She said she had been moved and everyone knows where. I am assuming everyone in their group. I tried not to press her too much, but what she was saying was very intriguing. No, this was posted on YouTube channel yesterday. Hunter's saying he did something wrong. They posted that, yeah, but they posted he had that on Facebook. That was on his own thing. That came out like the day that Leslie died or the day after Leslie died. I was not going to openly say this. This girl was walking down the road and we picked her up. It wasn't like she called in. Right. If I didn't read that, I'm sorry. I was trying to keep information private. Yes, you can say the channel. As long as nobody bashes the channel on here, you're more than welcome to say other people's channels. The Real Rock and Robin, they have been filtering something. I work on a case locally with outside sources for this very reason. Can't say any more. I think Hawkins County has been filtering all the leads and getting rid of them. It almost seems they do not want Summer found for some reason. Oh, wow. Well, you know what? I've lost my phone. I can't believe I can't find my phone nowhere. Are you laying on my phone, dog? Nope. Huh, there it is. Yeah, I'm behind in chat, guys, and it's only because I want to get this. Because I can't ever go back and get stupid things. There are a lot of people that don't want Summer found, unfortunately, in my opinion, because their dirty business would be exposed. Wow. I feel bad for H2. The only way I wouldn't feel bad for him is if he out and out did something on purpose, which I do not believe he did. I look for my phone often and most of the times on it. Yeah, well, I had set it behind the computer and couldn't find it. When the horse park worker was interviewed, that story came out. I don't think that's really that simple of a story. I could be wrong. This girl said that Summer was not never supposed to be found, and she probably will not be, but they are all worried because the whole world is looking at them. Yeah, they better get used to it because nobody's going to stop looking. I think so too. 100% sassy. I've looked for my phone while using the flashlight to look for my phone. Yeah, that sounds like something I do. I've done it before. No, we'll never give up on Summer. Thank you. I thought he mentioned a reward some time ago. I think many up in that area has warrants of them some kind, right? They didn't have any clue how big it was going to blow up. I'm still not convinced Damien didn't do something to Summer, and I believe she's on the Bernard Hill. It's why that's Hill's being protected. I got another thought for you guys. Um, do you all remember back in just a little while back? Let me read this to you real quick. And we're all, like on my video the other day, I'm asking Dan Armstrong, when are you going to do something? Or Cecil Mills, when are you going to do something? Isn't Summer important? Um, when are you going to worry about her being a victim? But evidently, this is not the only time that Dan Armstrong hasn't done anything. It says literally child abuse. Families frustrated after unlicensed daycare owner faces no criminal charges. Investigators found 38 children in April Barnard's care last summer near possibly safety hazards. She wasn't licensed to operate a daycare. This came out February 28th, 2022, but it happened in 2021. Morristown, Tennessee, as investigators searched April Barnard's Morristown home last summer, one was brought to tears. Now, this is a DHS worker saying this. 16 years of doing this job, and I have never seen anything like this. One case manager with the Tennessee Department of Children's Services told the Hamilton County Sheriff's Office, it's literally child abuse. In one room, a report obtained by Channel 10 News showed 5 children were asleep on towels. Authorities found another 23 children in high chairs, bouncers, and playpens in the garage with lights off. Investigators said they found 38 total children in Barnard's care, including 2 of her own. According to state law, you can only watch your own children plus 4 more without an applicable daycare license. I usually don't have as many. That's what I'm trying to explain. April told authorities, these are my number one. Like, yes, there's a lot here, but I promise you these kids do not go without. April told authorities in an interview that she typically watches 12 to 15 a day, which is still above the state law. And for some reason, the rest of it has disappeared on me. But the point being is, Dan Armstrong says he couldn't prosecute the case because none of the children were harmed. None of those children were harmed, so he could not. They had cleaning products and all kinds of stuff down where they could get to them. She had no one in her home helping her watch these children. Her mom lived with her and helped her out sometimes. And Dan Armstrong said, oops, sorry, I can't prosecute. She's not harmed any kids. Does that sound familiar, guys? Isn't that what we heard? How can we arrest them? They've done nothing wrong. That's a good possibility. And the reason I say that is because everybody knows that when you make moonshine, it has to be near water. It has to be near running water. So evidently somebody knows something, or they wouldn't have known that little tidbit of information. Are you talking about the 38 kids in that daycare? Well, yeah, you need the body, right, Waller? Come on. Because not even a kid coming up missing and suspected of being passed falls under the lines of they've done anything wrong. So yeah, I guess they actually need the physical body. Maybe that's what Dan Armstrong needs. I can't believe this dude. You're right. Harm isn't always visible. The reason I say what? About the moonshine? No, I know, honey. I know you shouldn't have to wait. No, I didn't read it wrong. I was being sarcastic. You shouldn't have to wait until a child, but that's what I'm saying. According to Hawkins County and the law in Hawkins County, evidently you do, because I mean, Don and Candace has one that completely disappeared and still nothing is being done. So evidently you do, according to Dan Armstrong's rules and regulations, have to have a physical body to show, look, this is what happened, before, any charges or anything gets brought against them. Yeah, yeah. You're not offending anybody. I was being sarcastic. Armstrong and Mills didn't care about Lawson's victims, nor did they search too hard for the other victims, right? One worker per 4 children. Yeah, well, there was nearly 40 kids and one worker. Oh, and it went on. I don't know why the rest of that was gone. It just got gone, guys. Um, but it says that she never kept any records. She didn't know whether they had their shots or not. She didn't know if they had any allergies or not. She never kept any kind of attendance records, no tax records on the kids or how much she made from them or whether they were there or not, how much. She kept no records of no kind. So, I mean, she could have lost one or two of them, and, you know, as long as they weren't hurt, Dan Armstrong wasn't going to charge her with nothing. Well, you're welcome, Josie. Thank you so much. Yeah, and there's that weird recording of Candace near the water where she was gagging and carrying on. Harmful news against Hawkins County magically it don't magically disappear, Robin. It just gets gone. It was just gone. They said they put the moonshine still in the hole to hide it. I don't know. Well, I don't know anybody that would take and break down their moonshine still. If you break down your moonshine still, you just take it home with you. I mean, if at all possible. And moonshine, real moonshine stills, there's not a hole big enough that you can dig that you could hide it in, because the hole you'd have to dig would be so dang obvious. There's no way. Yeah, it is funny how he didn't have money to pay the police force. Wonder how much he spent for personal things that year, house, car. Well, I looked it up, and I believe, if I remember correctly, no, I don't want to say that, because I would recheck the figures, but he lives in a pretty dang expensive house. I'll just tell you that. Delphi cleaned house on the police force, why can't Hawkins County? Because they got Ronnie Lawson as a sheriff. CPS, Dan Armstrong story. Welcome to effing Kentucky. Same shit. You can legally make shine in Tennessee for personal use. Well, yeah, but you're talking to us older people who still remember when, when it was illegal and you had to run from the cops. There are so many abused children, they have nowhere to put them. Yes, they sometimes sleep on the floor. Ex CPS worker here, but they are supervised and fed and out of danger. Bet, would you like to come up on panel? I would love to ask you a couple of questions, and no, you would not be attacked. I promise you, sweetheart. But I have some legit questions I would love to ask you. I'm old too, honey. Yeah, we remember when it was fun. Bet, I'm going to drop the link. If you would like to come up, you're more than welcome to. Susan Smith, hello. It's despicable. All evil is being taken out now. Thank God. But you can only make so much shine. My cousin got busted for making shine in his basement. Okay, well, Bet, if you don't feel like coming up on panel, would you at least email me so I could ask you a few questions? The U.S. Department of Justice needs to clean house in Northeast Tennessee. I didn't understand it was CPS, but I hope with all of the attention lately, more parents are volunteering to foster. Yes, you can. In liquor stores, anyways. Okay, guys, we're going to start saying goodbye. It's been 2.5 hours, and I still got to try to get this out there before midnight. Everybody, yes, please go and sign that petition if you haven't already. to try to get him removed. And I'm seriously hoping somebody will start one on Dan Armstrong. No, I don't know where he worked, honey. It has been wonderful talking with you, Rottweiler. Thank you so much. Guys, good night. God bless you all. God bless you, Rottweiler. I'm so happy you all were here. I'm sorry to cut us off, but as I said, it's been 2.5 hours, guys. So I don't know about where y'all are at, but it's like 11 o'clock here. So thank you all for being here. Good night, Sally. Good night, Corey. Good night, all of you guys. The hours, yeah. Wait a minute. Hold up. Okay, but will you email me? Can you email me, please? Thank you, guys. I appreciate you all being here, really. And hopefully, it won't be so long before the next time we do another live. God bless. Don't forget to say prayers for the kids, for the cases, for the creators that work on the cases, for the cops, the parents, for everybody that has to deal with these cases. And I'll see you tomorrow, hopefully. Good night, guys. God bless.